Before it became the beacon of freedom in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty's head stood proudly on display at the 1878 Paris World's Fair. Visitors marveled at the massive sculpture, unaware they were witnessing the early creation of a monument that would soon symbolize hope, unity, and the spirit of an entire nation. This unfinished portrait of George Washington became one of the most recognized images in history. Painted by Gilbert Stuart in 1796, it was never completed. Yet it went on to inspire the portrait printed on every U.S. $1 bill. A timeless reminder that even unfinished work can shape a nation's identity. Captured in 1925, this remarkable photo shows passengers aboard an Imperial Airways flight, watching one of the world's first in-flight movies. In an age when air travel itself was a luxury, these travelers experienced the dawn of airborne entertainment, an innovation that would forever change how humanity journeys through the skies. In the 1960s, in-flight entertainment took a stylish leap forward. Passengers lounged in wide seats, sipping cocktails as they watched films on tiny shared screens or listened through bulky headsets. It was an era when air travel wasn't just about reaching a destination, it was about experiencing luxury and wonder in the clouds. Hidden beneath the timeless gaze of the Great Sphinx lies a secret few notice: a small trap door carved into its side. This mysterious entrance has fueled centuries of speculation about hidden chambers, lost treasures, and the secrets ancient Egypt may still be keeping buried beneath its sands. Long before modern safety gear, painters clung to the iron bones of the Eiffel Tower, suspended high above Paris, with nothing but a bucket and brush. Each stroke battled wind and vertigo, as one man at a time kept the world's most iconic landmark gleaming. A breathtaking dance between danger and dedication. Just hours after Napoleon Bonaparte's death in 1821, artisans pressed plaster against his face to capture every detail, his final expression frozen in time. This death mask became both a relic and a legend, allowing the world to forever gaze upon the features of the man who once ruled Europe's destiny. On April 14, 1912, as the Titanic sailed into history, third-class passengers dined on a humble meal of rice soup, fresh bread, and stewed fruit, unaware it would be their last. This simple menu now stands as a haunting reminder of ordinary lives caught in one of the world's greatest tragedies. This glimpse inside a third-class cabin on the Titanic reveals narrow bunks, plain wood walls, and meager comforts, yet for many passengers, it was the finest room they had ever known. Within these humble quarters, dreams of a new life met the cold reality of fate on that tragic April night. Captured in 1919, this photo from a Seattle lumberyard reveals towering stacks of timber rising like wooden skyscrapers. In an age built by hand and horsepower, these mountains of lumber fueled America's rapid growth, a powerful snapshot of industry, ambition, and the risks workers faced every day. During Prohibition, ingenuity met lawlessness. Bootleggers lined truck interiors with neat wooden paneling, then carved tiny trap doors to hide whiskey and gin in plain sight. Drivers pretended to haul lumber while customs searches skimmed the surface. These secret compartments show how everyday craft became a weapon against an era's impossible ban. In 1946, a captured German Vi-2 rocket carried a camera high above the atmosphere, snapping one of humanity's first glimpses of Earth from space. Grainy, yet breathtaking, this image marked the moment we began to see our world not as vast and endless, but as a fragile blue home suspended in darkness. Long before he became the father of India's independence, Mohandas Gandhi was a young lawyer in the late 1800s, neatly dressed, soft-spoken, and far from the image of the frail, robe-clad leader we remember today. This rare photograph captures the quiet beginnings of a man who would change the course of history. Taken in 1930, this extraordinary photo shows a plane soaring above the ancient city of Baghdad, where winding streets and golden domes tell stories thousands of years old. It's a breathtaking moment where modern flight met the cradle of civilization, capturing the clash and harmony of past and progress. During World War II's Battle of Britain, even farm life adapted to war. To prevent nighttime crashes during blackout hours, farmers painted their cows with bold white stripes. These glowing patterns wandering through the darkness became a haunting yet practical symbol of a nation's fight to endure under siege. Inventor Franz Reichelt stands proudly in his homemade parachute suit, moments before leaping from the Eiffel Tower in 1912. He believed his creation would let him glide safely to the ground, but it failed, costing him his life. This tragic image captures the thin line between human ambition and fatal miscalculation. After the Titanic sank, its surviving lifeboats arrived in New York, ghostly vessels bearing silent testimony to the tragedy. Empty and weathered, they floated as haunting symbols of survival and loss, reminders of the chaos, courage, and heartbreak left adrift on that fateful April night. In the 1930s, city parents sought fresh air for their babies by hanging them outside windows in wire baby cages. Suspended stories above the street, infants napped in the open air while mothers trusted steel bars to keep them safe. It's a chilling glimpse into how innovation once flirted dangerously with risk. The 1899 Thanksgiving menu at New York's Plaza Hotel was a feast of elegance. Oysters, roast turkey, and plum pudding graced the tables of the elite. Each dish reflected an era of opulence, when dining was as much about grandeur and status as it was about gratitude and celebration. In the 1600s, plague doctors donned eerie bird-like masks stuffed with herbs, believing they filtered out deadly air. Cloaked in leather from head to toe, they moved like grim figures from a nightmare. These haunting outfits were medicine's earliest armor against one of history's deadliest enemies. This haunting photo captures Captain Robert Falcon Scott and his team during the doomed Terra Nova expedition to Antarctica. Smiling against the icy winds, they had no idea the frozen wilderness would claim them all. Their final images stand as a chilling testament to courage, endurance, and the unforgiving power of nature. After World War II, U.S. intelligence agencies imagined how Adolf Hitler might try to vanish, crafting eerie sketches of him clean-shaven, bald, or disguised with glasses. These speculative portraits reveal a world gripped by paranoia, determined to ensure the most hunted man on Earth could never disappear unseen. In her old age, Harriet Tubman's face bore the strength of a lifetime spent defying fear and injustice. Once the fearless conductor of the Underground Railroad, she guided hundreds to freedom. This rare photo captures not just her age, but the enduring fire of a woman who changed the course of history. Harrison Schmitt, seen here standing on the lunar surface in 1972, is the last living man to have walked on the moon. A geologist turned astronaut, he helped unlock the moon's secrets during Apollo 17. This photo captures humanity's final footsteps on another world, a moment frozen in cosmic history. After the devastating 1906 San Francisco earthquake, the landscape itself told the story. The ground torn open along the San Andreas Fault, fences twisted, and fields split in two. Over 3,000 lives were lost, and in its wake, the Earth revealed its unimaginable power to reshape both land and history. This striking image shows a San Francisco street ripped apart by the 1906 earthquake. Rails bent, pavement cracked, and the city's heartbeat momentarily stopped. It's a haunting reminder of nature's raw force and the fragile balance upon which even the mightiest cities stand. Discovered within Tutankhamun's tomb, this statue of Anubis, the jackal-headed god of the dead, guarded the young pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. Sleek, black, and watchful, it embodies ancient Egypt's deep reverence for death, protection, and the divine mystery that surrounded their kings in eternity. In 1919, Boston was engulfed by an unimaginable disaster. A massive tank burst, unleashing a tidal wave of thick molasses that tore through streets, crushing buildings and claiming 21 lives. This eerie photo of the aftermath captures a city literally stuck in tragedy, where sweetness turned suddenly to sorrow. In 1955, Piet van der Zwaard was known as the fattest man in Europe, weighing an astonishing 455 pounds. Yet behind the spectacle was a man who toured fairs and circuses to make a living, a reminder of how, in another era, human difference was often displayed as entertainment for the curious crowds. This colorized photo from around 1865 captures Ramses II's great temple at Abu Simbel, its colossal statues towering over tiny figures below. Carved over 3,000 years ago, these monuments to Egypt might still dwarf all who stand before them, echoing the pharaoh's power across millennia. Taken in 1895 by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, this haunting image of his wife's hand, bones and wedding ring visible, became the world's first X-ray. What began as an experiment in invisible light opened a new window into the human body, forever changing science, medicine, and how we see ourselves beneath the skin. After a brutal winter fire in Chicago's Eureka building, firefighters faced not just flames, but freezing temperatures. When the blaze was finally out, the building stood encased in ice, a ghostly sculpture of frozen tragedy, where every icicle told the story of a battle fought between fire and frost. Long before he became the suave secret agent James Bond, Sean Connery was flexing muscles, not martinis. In 1953, he competed in the Mr. Universe pageant, showcasing the physique that would later define his commanding screen presence. A surprising glimpse at the man behind the legend. Said to be the death mask of William Shakespeare, this haunting cast preserves the features of the world's greatest playwright in his final repose. Though its authenticity remains debated, the serene face offers a rare, almost intimate connection to the man whose words still shape language and art centuries later. This is the death mask of Ludwig van Beethoven, cast shortly after his passing in 1827. The silent face of the musical genius, who could no longer hear his own masterpieces, now rests in eternal stillness, a haunting reminder of the brilliance, struggle, and passion that defined his life's final symphony. In 1964, Toshiba unveiled the View phone, a futuristic marvel that let people see each other while talking, decades before FaceTime. Though too expensive to catch on, it captured the imagination of a world dreaming of instant, face-to-face connection across distance, a glimpse of the digital age to come. The Brewster armor suit, created during World War I, was one of the earliest attempts at full-body protection for soldiers. Made of heavy steel plates, it could stop bullets, but left wearers nearly immobile. Though impractical, it marked the first steps toward modern combat armor and the quest to make war survivable. This photo reveals the staggering scale of the Roman Temple of Bacchus in Baalbek, Lebanon. its towering columns dwarfing the people below. Built nearly 2,000 years ago, it stands as one of the best-preserved Roman temples, a breathtaking reminder of the empire's architectural ambition and divine devotion. This vintage photograph captures the awe-inspiring scale of a giant redwood. Humans standing at its base look like mere insects beside its colossal trunk. These ancient trees, some over 2,000 years old, remind us how small we are next to nature's oldest living giants. Taken around 1886 in Sweden, this astonishing photo shows an early telephone tower tangled with hundreds of wires, each one connecting a different home or business. It's a chaotic yet beautiful symbol of humanity's first steps toward global communication, long before the wireless world we know today. This rare photo shows the personal water closet of Kaiser Wilhelm II, Germany's last emperor. Lavishly designed, yet oddly modest, it offers an intimate glimpse into royal life at the twilight of Europe's imperial age, when even emperors couldn't escape the call of modern plumbing. This small pistol, held by Gavrilo Princip, unleashed one of history's deadliest conflicts. With a single shot in Sarajevo in 1914, Princip assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand, setting off a chain of alliances and rivalries that erupted into World War I, forever changing the course of the 20th century. This is the car Archduke Franz Ferdinand rode in on June 28, 1914, the day his assassination ignited World War I. Still stained by history, the open-top vehicle stands as a chilling relic of how one moment, one road, and one man's trigger forever altered the fate of nations. In the early 1900s, air travel was an adventure of elegance and risk. Passengers boarded massive blimps from towering stairways, stepping into gondolas suspended beneath vast gas-filled giants. Floating silently above the clouds, it was the luxury cruise of the skies long before airplanes ruled the world. During World War I, ships sailed in bold stripes and swirling patterns called dazzle camouflage. Instead of hiding them, the designs confused enemy submarines, making it nearly impossible to judge a ship's speed or direction. It was warfare turned into optical illusion, strategy disguised as art. Everyone knows the gleaming front of King Tutankhamun's golden death mask, but few have seen its reverse side. Crafted over 3,000 years ago, the mask's hidden back bears delicate engravings meant to guide the boy king's soul through the afterlife, revealing beauty even in what was never meant to be seen. The back of King Tut's death mask is as mesmerizing as its front, etched with sacred hieroglyphs meant to protect him in the afterlife. Smooth gold curves cradle the pharaoh's head, a silent masterpiece unseen by the living for millennia, embodying Egypt's belief that true beauty should transcend death itself. During World War II, British infants were fitted with baby-sized gas masks, bulky, unsettling contraptions meant to shield them from poison gas attacks. Though they looked almost cartoonish, these masks reflected a grim reality, a world so uncertain that even its tiniest citizens had to be prepared for war. In 1980, rows of focused players gathered for the Space Invaders World Championship, the first major video game tournament in history. Surrounded by glowing arcade machines, these pioneers helped launch a global gaming culture, marking the moment when pixel battles became serious competition. This photo shows an 8th grade exam from 1912, filled with tough questions on history, math, and grammar that would stump many adults today. It's a fascinating reminder of how education once demanded rigor far beyond what we might expect from middle school, leaving one to wonder, could you pass it?